someone people recognize? Is that why they're voting for it? I'm not familiar with this guy. Again, Baha curated the videos for today, which I appreciate. Thank you, Baha. Okay, this one wins. So let's see what this is about. 4 honest truths about female nature that women would never tell a man. What's this guy's name? Living a life of abundance.
This video, I want to break down and give you guys some clarification and understanding about the biggest difference between the man and the woman. And not a lot of women are going to tell you this because they want guys to be naive to their nature. And a lot of guys don't have a clear understanding.
Yeah, if I know anything about other women, it's that they really don't want men to understand their feelings. Sure, that makes sense.
About this topic and about female nature. And this video is supposed to inform you. It's supposed to awaken you to how the world really is. This video is supposed to knock you off of your rockers. And fellas, and I don't want this video to be like, oh, I told you, I don't want to date these girls because they're skanks. I don't want to do this. The point of this video is here to inform you. And it's supposed to give you the knowledge to become the best version of yourself and help you chase excellence. So number 1 on the list, a woman is incapable of loving a man.
I don't understand this level of like, I'm going down in hats as this goes on for headache reasons.
There's nothing funny about
Antipodian Squid with 100 bits. Get woke to female nature. The level of intensity a lot of these MGTOW dudes have in terms of like, listen up, folks. Let me tell you how to live the best alpha life. And I'm just like, man, can't we just like eat pizza and play video games? Like, yeah, as long as you're making a like, I don't get it. I have a significant other that I love very much. I make a living. I'm happy for the most part. I deal with depression, but you know, I'm all right. Why you gotta be like, it's time to get ripped in life? Let me tell you how to be a Sigma. Like, why? Just be a person, man. What is with all of this? Just stop.
On how he wants to be loved. How a woman falls in love with a man is she falls in love with him opportunistically. A woman is more concerned about a man's future while a man is more concerned about a woman's past. Let me say that again. A woman is more concerned about a man's future while a man is more concerned about a woman's past.
You should probably care about the future of your partner regardless of your gender or their gender. Like, if you care about that person, shouldn't you care about what their plans for the future are and how you're going to factor into them? And in terms of the past, I'm guessing he's just gonna say, like, he's just talking about past sexual partners, which I guess you should care in the sense that, like, yeah, it's great to make sure that everyone in a relationship has been tested and is clean, and that's great. But, like, outside of that, it's not really any of your business, like, how many people your partner has slept with or who they've slept with. It just doesn't matter. The fact, like, there is no moral degradation involved in having past partners any amount, whether it's 0 or 1 or 100, as long as, like, you were safe and it was all consensual. It's fine. Who cares?
Let me tell you guys something that's pretty funny, pretty preposterous, but unfortunately it's the cold, hard, honest truth. A woman has little to no concern if a man has slayed 10,627 butt cheeks in his life. She does not.
I think that's going to be pretty dependent on a person. I think it's a good idea just to not, like, care as long as someone's, like, again, clean and everything was consensual. Great. Whatever you did, that's awesome. Happy for you. Don't care. That's not necessarily going to be other people's opinion, though. Like, I'm sure there are some men, a lot of men probably, that, like, view their significant other's sexual past and have some, like, weird, like, hang-ups about it because they're insecure. And there may also be, like, some women who do the same, right? But, like, who cares? Who cares? It's going to be dependent on the individual. Different individuals have different standards and different concerns about their partners. Again, Let's stop trying to group 4 billion people on the planet as all believing the same thing or thinking the same things or holding the same standards about their partners. It's ridiculous.
I care if he was in the Bahamas, went on a cheek slaying demolition where he had orgies and threesomes, where he had one girl sucking on the left ball holding a coconut, another girl sucking on the right ball feeding him grapes, and another girl sucking his shaft and riding his flesh rocket. She does not care about that.
Do we need to be so graphic? Why?
As a matter of fact, she will find him more desirable just because girls want him, because it's social status. Fellas, this
God, again of this BS, like, if a bunch of women want this man, you're gonna want him more, because women are, I don't even know what to call that. Women are
Nothing funny about the tools
it's like a TV commercial where you're watching someone enjoy a delicious Coca-Cola and they go, ah, and you're like, now I want a Coca-Cola. I want to be refreshed. It's like that, but with someone's dick. Wind chanter, uh-oh, girls, watch out, this guy sexes.
This is the cold, hard, honest truth. A woman does not care about a man's sexual past. All she cares.
Again, I'm sure there's plenty of women who do. Like, again, you're grouping 4 billion people and saying they don't care about this thing when I'm sure some do. It's going to be dependent on the individual.
About is, can she see a future with him? Can this guy provide protection? Can this guy provide security if she has...
Again, here comes the weird idea that men's entire role is protection. Like, they're the bulletproof vest. If we're getting mugged, you better prepare to get stabbed. Otherwise, you are not fulfilling your role as a man. That's incredibly unhealthy as an attitude. Antipodian squid. Now I want a Coca-Cola. Nice.
Has kids with him. Can this man rise to the challenge? Does this man have ambition? She wants a man who is very good at fixing problems, because in the back of these females' delusional minds and brains, she wants a man to come into her life and fix all of her problems and her troubled past. But as a matter of fact, some of these girls are the problem. And fellas, a female does not want a weak man, a weak beta man who just plays the victim role and just feels sorry for himself. As a man, you're supposed to rise to the challenge. You should become the best version of yourself, because how a female looks as a man is, females look at guys as success objects and guys look at females as sex objects. That's just...
How about healthy people, regardless of their gender, should view their partners as human beings and not as any kind of object? That'd be good.
The truth. So this is why you should always become the best version of yourself. When a woman is looking at you, she's looking at, can I see a future with this guy? Can I build with him? So fellas, this is the...
You should be considering that in any relationship you're in. Really? This isn't like a fault of women if you're saying that women, and again, I think this is inaccurate to group all women in the entire world into one box. But if we're doing it for some stupid reason, are you saying it's a fault to think about your partner and be like, do I have a future with this person? No, that's just like due diligence as a person in a relationship. What are you talking about? Why are you phrasing this as if it's like on par as treating women as a sex object? Because it's not. Like, everyone should be looking at their partner and saying, do I have a future with this person? And even if you don't, if you're both on the same page and you're just having like a fling, that's fine. That's your business. But like, you should be making these judgments as an adult person about your relationships. The fact that you're comparing being responsible to, like, you viewing your partner as a whole to fuck is the worst kind of false equivalence. Wind chanter, what if being objectified is my kink? Well, then that's something that you do consensually with people that you have agreed with. Agreed to it with, rather.
Cold hard honest truth. Female nature is designed to wipe out all the weak men. That is...
Oh boy. Doing a bad job.
The cold...
I've seen so many MGTOW and incel people, so if women can speed this up, cis women in particular, please do so. That'd be great.
Hard honest truth. And fellas, on the contrast, while a woman is looking at a man for a future, A man is focused on a woman's past. Why? Because no man wants to be with a girl who belongs to the streets. Because, fellas, it's very important that a man pays attention to a woman's dating history. Because no man wants to be with a girl where her wop has been ran through and destroyed.
I don't know how to break this to you, bud. But your dick isn't so magic that you've destroyed someone's genitalia with it. What is with this thing with certain men that they think that their dick is so powerful and so magic that it somehow intrinsically changes the quality of the genitals of the person that they're having sex with? Bud, I don't even think you probably made her come, much less being able to intrinsically change the quality of her as a person through her genitalia.
Because those type of girls belong to the streets. Because the more sexual partner a girl has, it's damn near impossible for her to pair bond with you because she's too busy
Pair bond? Like we're birds. You pair bond. You know how humans are. We pair bond with each other like Era Cochran's in Jake's D&D game.
pair bonding with too many dicks. So fellas, men are success objects. Women are sex objects. Point blank.
No. Assholes perceiving people that way doesn't make them that. Women are people. Men are people. And that's the level at which you should engage with them in a relationship. If anyone goes into any relationship viewing their partner primarily as either a sex object or a success object, then that relationship is messed up. And it's not going to end well. Even if they stay together, not going to be a happy relationship. Stop with this, please. This is, like, painful.
Blank period. That is the cold, hard, honest truth. And number 2 on the list is that females have an unrealistic dating expectation for a man. Because let me tell you guys something. I work with this girl. She's about 37. She's way past over her prime. Her WAP has probably been...
I'm sure your place of employment would love to hear about how you're literally objectifying a fellow employee and calling them past their prime when they're not even 40, you freaking asshole.
Nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Personal anecdotes. Yeah.
Ran through, destroyed, crushed, and dismantled by the alphas. This is why she's single. And she also has 2 kids. She's a little bit on the overweight side. And this girl, out of her delusional
And your personality's disgusting. Are we just gonna list people's flaws?
mind, thinks she's still entitled to a 6-figure guy with ripped 6-pack abs, look like David Hasselhoff and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And fellas, she wants a man who's
Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of your most recent, like, pop culture touchstones that you can relate to, and Arnold hasn't been, like, in shape. I mean, he's in shape for his age, but Arnold's been old for, like, 30 years.
6 feet tall, has a 6-inch flesh rocket. Man, these girls want to be dating the devil. 6'6".
6-inch. Kind of telling on yourself there, but okay.
6'6", just absolutely delusional. She's past her prime. And believe it or not, we have some of these girls who listen to Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and this new song called WAP. It makes girls believe that they're still entitled to a 6-figure man when some of these girls are cashier at Walmart's, make $9
What? The song is just, it's a funny song about getting laid. What?
$67 an hour, have 3 kids from 3 different baby daddies, and she still thinks she's entitled to a high-value man just because she has the thing between her legs. Absolutely delusional. And not only this, the evolution of social media has raised women's ego out of this roof. We have girls who are 6s and 7s who look like land whales, but they feel like they are the queen of England because of social media and all these beta male simp man genres giving them such free attention and free validation. Some of these girls' egos are over their heads. It's crazy because the evolution of social media has put women on a pedestal.
No, not really.
There's nothing
So
funny about
this
the
is why
tools of
women have
capitalism.
MMO addicted with 10 bits. He sure is Dr. DAP, or Dr. Dapper. Even my saliva all dried up and evaporated when he started speaking.
Realistic dating expectations for a man. She wants, man, we have a girl who looks like a land whale, who looks like a gay Tarzan with some titties. She still thinks she's entitled to a
Hey, bud, let's not insult people's looks. I'm not gonna do so, but if I wanted to, I count at least 3 things I could make fun of outright just looking at you. I'm not going to do it because I'm an adult person, and that's very petty. But, like, play with fire, get burned. Let's not, like, make fun of people's looks, okay? Unless... I was gonna say unless you're, like, a model, but even then, no, you shouldn't make fun of people's looks, period. You're an adult. Act like an adult.
man who is charismatic, who is funny, who is outgoing, who has ripped six-pack abs, who has a dick longer than Mandingo's. It's crazy. Women have unrealistic dating
That was racist.
expectations because of social media. This is why I think social media is the devil, because it brainwashes people. It gives people false evidence about things. So fellas, this is why social media and women have just unrealistic dating expectations for a man. And the next thing on the list is number 3. Number 3 is going to be a rocker for some of you guys. So a woman will try to sell her purity to a man, while a man will try to sell a woman his utilities. The reason why a woman will try to sell her purity to a man because she does not want
Sell her purity to a man.
to come off as a 304, you know what, a slut, because society really shamed women for that. She's not going to tell you how many guys she's been
Oh, that's the name of an actual porn star? I hope that's what he was referring to.
with, how many cobras she has sucked, how many alphas she been ran through.
Dude, why do you care? Are you that insecure that your partner having previous sexual partners is that disturbing to you? Like, adult people have other sexual partners. Not always, but many of them do. And that's fine. That's fine. Like, do you think that you're... And I say this, you know, rhetorically, but I'm sure his answer would be, yes, I do expect this. Do you expect there to be some woman out there who's never met you, who's literally just like, there's a man out there for me, and I'm going to remain pure as freshly lain snow, and I won't have any giant, massive 6-inch penises penetrate me just for this person that I don't know exists? Yay! Do you see how that's asinine and ridiculous? And you expect someone who doesn't even know you exist to save themselves for you when you aren't even willing to do the same?
There's nothing funny about
You
the
sound
tools
like a
of capitalism.
child. Wind Chanter with 10 bits is someone who is on the cusp of 30 and has only had a handful of sexual encounters. I would very much prefer a partner that has more experience than I do. Sure. Different people are going to have different things, and that's fine, you know? If you're into someone with more experience, great. So you're into someone with less, I guess that's fine too. But again, like, justifying your value of a human being based on that is disgusting.
So she's not gonna tell all the guys that, but a lot of beta males are naive to female nature and they're going to believe it. Because if you understand female nature, naturally a woman is going to have more body count than the average guy. Whatever your body count is, I want you to multiply it by 1,000,000. That's how much her body count is. Some of these girls are freaky as hell, but they're not gonna tell you. So they're probably gonna tell you, oh, I'm a good girl, I'm a Christian, I wanna wait for marriage. They'll do whatever it takes. They will try to sell purity to lock down the highest value male as possible. Because girls know that no guy wants a girl who has been ran through, where her wop is destroyed, dismantled, and crushed. So she tries to sell.
How do you think vaginas work? How do you think, like, a woman's genitalia, whether we're talking about, like, vagina or labia or anything, how do you think it works that having sex, the thing that it has evolved to do, is somehow damaging to it? This would be like, imagine if I said, like, oh, all these dudes out here sleeping with so many women makes their dicks tinier. All that friction, it's
There's
just
nothing
rubbing
funny about
layer
the
after
tools of
layer off of
capitalism.
their penis, and that's why we got so many men out here with tiny dicks. Like, it's ridiculous. That's not how things work. What are you talking about?
Her period.
Bobbin for giblets, body count, flesh rocket, cobra. This guy really has a bottomless pit of sex metaphors. Yeah.
Fellas, guys, there's no such thing as a good girl. The bad one has just been caught. Because if you understand female nature,
Female nature.
they will cheat. They will lie. They will do whatever it takes. A woman will jump from guy to guy, kind of like hopscotch, kind of like a monkey on a branch. She will swing from guy to guy, kind of like a monkey in the Amazon jungles. And the strongest branch she can hang on, that is the guy she is going to be with. Because naturally in female hypergamy,
Hypergamy is the belief that these delusional children who've never spoken to an actual woman in their life think that your average woman will sleep with like hundreds and hundreds of men in their lifetime. I'm not kidding. They actually believe this shit.
a woman wants to be with
Andrew Dickerson with 10 bits. Does he not know that vaginas are built to withstand an infant skull going through it? Right.
the most strongest guy, the guy with the most strongest features, the jawline, the guy who's the most attractive to her, the guy who's most in shape, the guy who can provide protection and security. That is the guy she is going to be with. So this is why I always tell you guys to work on the self-improvement.
Isn't average lifetime partners like 8? Yeah, but they think all women are lying about it. They're delusional. And they're letting their insecurity, like, completely color their worldview into delusion.
Be the most highest valuable male you can be. Focus on becoming the better version of yourself, because if you understand female nature, they will jump from guy to guy. They will cheat. They will manipulate. They will use the strongest thing that they have, their most powerful weapon. I'm not talking about a bazooka or Hiroshima. I'm talking about the thing between her legs. That is what a woman uses to get what she wants. It's called manipulation. It's a part of her nature. So she'll try to sell you this purity, oh, she is a good girl and all that crap, but a bunch of it's all bullocks. While a man would try to
You mean bollocks? Bullocks. Like Harvey Bullock, who works for the Gotham Police Department? Maybe get your words right.
sell his utilities. Oh, you know, I have this, I have that, I can provide this for you. It's crazy because a man will give all his fortune away to a woman, while a woman would.
Bobbin for Giblet says, I knew a feminist that dated a guy like this. It was really weird. Yikes. And yes, I see you, Daddy Sume.
Not give a dime to the guy. She probably feeds the guy scraps. Fellas, you have to be smarter. This is why I made this video, to awaken you to these type of things. And the last and final thing on the list, number 4. This is going to be a tough pill to swallow for a lot of guys. Fellas, if she breaks up with you or she flakes on you, you're not her first options, because nowadays women have so many flesh rockets.
I mean, technically, yeah, if someone breaks up with you, you're not their first option because they've broken up with you because they don't want to be in a relationship with you. What? That doesn't mean that in every relationship with you that you are in, if you are still in the relationship, that you are not their first option. If you're dating them, good news, you're their first option. That's why they're dating you. If that relationship ends, then it ends, and that's also fine. Be an adult and realize that adults get into relationships, and sometimes they work, and sometimes they don't, and that's okay. You don't need to take it like that personally and think it's an affront to your personhood.
So many dicks lined up always to the Empire State Building for her. If she flakes on you or she breaks up with you, she probably found something better. And you should never agree to be a woman's second option, because a woman's second option, what she is going to do is she's going to use you for free attention so you can feed her ego. This is a tough pill to swallow, because I always tell you guys to always be with a girl who shows interest. Always be with the girl who, because let me tell you something about attraction. Let me tell you guys how attraction works. Because if a girl likes you, she will open doors for you, and all you have to do is walk through them. So if anytime you guys feel like you guys have to chop down a tree, move mountains just to get her on a date, you are not her first option.
What? what relationship are you in that, like, you have to, and I feel like this is this guy telling on himself a little bit, that he thinks, like, if you have to chop down a tree and move a mountain to get her on a date with you, dude, are you in a lot of relationships where, like, you have a hard time getting your significant other to go out with you? If that's the case, they probably don't like you very much. Like, that's not a... that doesn't sound like a healthy relationship. You're not talking about a normal relationship. You're probably talking about a situation where you, in particular, have gone on a few dates, and over time, they realize what an awful person you are, because obviously you are, based on this video, and they probably get more and more apprehensive about going on dates with you until they finally break it off. Like, I think you're just kind of telling on yourself and the fact that people don't want to be around you once they realize the kind of person you are.
And when you get back with your ex, when she breaks up with you, that is the weakest thing you can do, because when a woman breaks up with you, you are not her first option, because she probably has some other dude lined up where she found another dude who is more attractive than you, or he puts it down better in the bed, or he has more charisma than you. So it's always better to surround.
I think this guy has chalked up some of his past relationships ending to, like, ridiculous things like, oh, she just found someone better, or she was cheating on me, when really, based on what he was talking about, it sounds like they just got to know him and realized he's a bad dude and they didn't want to be around him anymore. Probably didn't have, like, a backup dude waiting in the wings. They just don't want to be with you. Do you think that it's impossible for people to just rather be single than be with you? Because if you're this awful of a person, 99 times out of 100 people would rather be on their own than be with a toxic person.
Find yourself with girls who have a high attraction to you. So, fellas, the reason why I tell you guys this, because the red pill brings clarity and understanding, because a lot of guys are confused about a woman because they don't understand the red pill. So the red pill is something that you use to your advantage. So it can stop you from being manipulated. All the guys who watch my channel who are red pill cannot get manipulated by a woman. All the guys who watching my channel understand the importance of self-improvement. Become the best version of yourself and chasing excellence. Because the return on investment on a woman is you're going to lose a lot of money. But if you chase excellence, you'll make money and you will not lose money. So I always want you guys to chase excellence. But at the same time, don't overdose on the red pill and stay away from women. I want you guys to go out, experience, get rejected, get your heart broken, experience love. Because that's how life is. The red pill is supposed to just bring you clarification and understanding so you don't get confused. So fellas, always look at yourself as number one and you're the prize. So fellas, these are the four cold, honest truth that females do not want to tell you. So guys, the reason why I do this because I understand
it's easy to get manipulated by people even if you know they're doing it. Yeah, sure.
female nature. I got my heart broken before. I've seen my uncles go through all the hardships. So this is what
my uncles. Interesting that he said I've seen my uncles go through the hardships. I think that kind of means he hasn't had a lot of personal experience. I'm shocked.
Inspired me to really introduce you guys to the red pill because I was confused. I was a beta male once. I was a simp mangina. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you have to go through certain events in your life to change your life around. So fellas, I hope this video helps. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Oh God. All right, this guy gets put on the list too. All right.